Hey, so far we've been making some progress in this application and making it look the way it should be. So in this tutorial I'm going to implement the search. So the idea is to search products, to type here and get the product by name, to search by this title, the title of the product or the name of the product. So to do that, I'm going to use AJAX and some REST controller in the backend. But before we start implementing things, I'm gonna tell you something about the things I'm gonna use. So you head to the Bootstrap site, Get Bootstrap, and go. I'm using this version here, and what I'm gonna need is this drop down menu. Okay, so I'm going to use something like this. This is gonna be the names of the products we've typed here. Like when I type here something, it's still not attached. So I type something here, I get the autocompletion, and we get all the products that have this substring inside of their title of the or their name. So it's like AJAX autocompletion or something like that. So we're gonna see how we're gonna implement this. So we go the first thing we go here, and if we scroll up here, so what we need is this button trigger. So what we need, we don't have a button, so we don't have a button to trigger this drop down menu. As you see, this menu holds a bunch of buttons. And see them going to pass here a bunch of anchor, a tag. So whenever a product appear here and they click, they go directly to the detail of this product. So I'm leaving this empty here, and whenever the user types something here, I'm retrieving this string here and passing it, doing a request to the backend, and in the backend retrieving this string and looking for all the product that has this substring inside of their title or their name. So and returning a list of products with a list of products, then generating this drop down, the contents of this drop down. So this is the idea behind it, and I've already did a few things. So this is the search button, the search input, and as you see, I've got rid of the search button, but because we don't need it. And here I'm using a on-key down and passing a JavaScript event, on-key down event, and passing a JavaScript drop down, and initializing this value here to nothing. So in this and here, also here in this drop down, and leaving it empty, but I gave it a drop down container. So this we will insert wherever this, we will insert things like this whenever the user type anything, type something, but this is going to be a dynamic. So and the other thing you should notice, here we have a button that's trigger this drop down menu, but here in our site, our application, we don't have a button. So the idea is to use a JavaScript to trigger the drop down menu. So if we scroll down here, you can see this to trigger the drop down menu using JavaScript. So what I did here is in the drop down is I created the drop down and retrieving the value, whatever the user typed, then testing if this length of this string is greater than 1 because we don't want to, since we are doing a AJAX request here of type get. We don't want to do this request unless we are sure, 100% sure that this is not a null string, or empty string, empty string. So, and we are doing a AJAX request here of type get, passing this value here in as a request param. Then on success, we getting back the data, and we empty the container, the drop down container. You remember this one? Whatever it's held inside, we empty everything using jQuery. Then we append some data inside of it. Then we toggle it. So that's it. And the data is, the idea is I'm gonna use generate this data in the backend itself. So I'm gonna use a template, theme leaf template, then find those products that are similar, that contain this this substring the user typed, and populate this template, this theme leaf template, then returning here, actually returning the HTML itself. The data will be HTML itself. So we will, and it's nothing but just some like it's gonna be like this. It's nothing but it's just a list of anchor tag that contain the link to the product detail and the product name. And whenever when we click, it takes us to the product detail here, for example. So that's it. And the first thing I'm gonna do is inside the fragment here, I'm going to create a new fragment. It's gonna be HTML file, and I'm gonna name it search fragment. So that's it. And actually I'm gonna get rid of everything because we don't need all of this. All we need is the anchor tag here, just one, and do a loop. Since we may return many products, and do a loop, and it's gonna be each, and we're gonna retrieve the products. It's gonna be dollar products, and this gonna be, we did this already, so it's somewhere here. When we go to the product detail, the button that takes us to the product detail, so that's it. It's gonna be this, and I'm gonna get rid of this. So that's it. And this is gonna be the name of the product. Product name. So that's all everything we need inside this. And I'm gonna go to the index controller and create a new method, and I'm gonna call it public. It's gonna return a model and view. So search. I'm gonna name it just like search, and it's gonna take path, not a path param, but request param, and it's gonna be the value. We pass in the value. This value is gonna have the type of string value, and this method gonna be rest spawn body. Then it's gonna be a request. Can do just request mapping. We can do just get mapping, and it's gonna have a value, and it's search. Then we specify the method here, and request method. It's enum, and since we are using get, so, and I need to model and view, create a model and view object, mv equal new model and view. Then mv sets view name, so the view name is fragment, because we have it inside this folder. It's named fragment, and it's named search fragment. Search fragment, yes. And we need to create a list of product, and we name it product, and we assign it to something, products, service, and search product by name, like, for example, whatever, and we pass here the value, and we're gonna create this method real quick. It's Java list, and the mv add object, so it's gonna be the product, and here the products, the object of the product, which is a list, Java util list. Then finally return the model and view, mv. So we will take this fragment, process it, then return the processed string, so as a data to be used directly here. So that's the idea behind it. And what we need to do is implement that, find, create, and what we need to do before we do this, I'm gonna go to the product repository and create a method which is going to be to return a list of product, and the name of it is find by name containing ignore case. So it's just telling to the Hibernate and GPA to find the products by name that contain this string name, to find all the products that contain this substring of we pass here in the that contain the this is the product that they're in their name, this whatever we pass here contain is a substring of their name, with ignoring case because we have some product that start with a capital case or whatever, so we pass that ignoring case statement there. So as you see, GPA and Hibernate make things super easy. We could to do this, we could have did a custom query using the native query or GPKL query, but since we can do this in the Hibernate and GPA, donc it's fun. It's good. It's always good. And here we just return this product repo find containing. So that's it. And here the value. And save. So all the errors are gone. Run the application. The fragments. So that's it. The application to run. So if I write answer, I'm getting nothing, but let's see if I'm selecting something here, for example watch. Yes, I'm getting this watch here, but I'm getting, I don't get that right away. Answer yes. So I'm getting this. If I click, it takes me there. So but it does not work as it should be. So I'm gonna go back here, and in the index here I think it should show up this before. So that's it. Let me try answer. So I'm getting it. For example, if I type US so I'm getting it. It's the, we got this product and this product because we both contain this substring. So watch, it does not work until I click, but it should just work right away, because empty append. Yes, it does work. No, watch. See, US. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but it always work. It does work. So US, so it does work. So that's it for now. And what I need to do is take this script, this function, and put it in an offsite script, so we use it over this all the pages. So that's it. And the idea is this. It's very simple, but it's useful. We could have just returned the raw product, list of products, and over here in the JavaScript we could have generate all the HTML dynamically, then insert it, append it inside this container, this drop down container. So that's it, and see you in the next video.